My lovely Sagittarius, if you would like your own personal reading or one-to-one spiritual life coaching, you can email me. My email will be in the description box. As well as if you would like to join me on Patreon, where I have exclusive videos on Patreon. They're all pick a card readings. So if you are into pick a card readings and you would like more in-depth readings, then you can join me on Patreon for extra content. So for you, there's so much coming out for you. Let me just get these downloads out. The first thing is, if you get triggered, if you find yourself getting triggered, Sagittarius, and you go off on people or you start cutting people off left and right, even if they're in your own family, if you just had enough, don't feel guilty for feeling this way. Some of you are getting to a breaking point. You're getting to a breaking point with people. Some of you too, if you're married or if you have a boyfriend, you may be getting to a breaking point with your boyfriend or your husband as well. And I'm only saying this because it looks like you've been sitting on information. I had a conversation about this the other day, about people who are highly sensitive. The worst thing you can ever do as a highly sensitive person is try to sit on information for too long, because when you allow things to add up, it's an explosion. It's like you go off and people are like, what the hell? Well, where the hell? What the hell was that? and it's actually coming from a place where you've been holding on to way too much. So, some of you too, you could have even had a drinking problem. Not all of you, but I'm just saying some of you could have started to have addictions, and it's only because you feel so much and you see so much, but you are not trying to be confrontational. So you are the type who will try to like drink it off or sleep it off, and it ain't gonna work for you anymore. It's going to be a huge release, and you may even feel guilty. And I noticed that about people when they finally go off and say what needs to be said, and people are so hurt and offended, you might feel guilty, but do not feel guilty, because what's in the dark needs to come out to light. A lot of times we try to avoid hard conversations because we don't want to cause an argument, but hard conversations is the only way that like a real connection can grow. All right. So I want to say that to you. I also hear copycat. You're going to notice that there's people who are copying off of you. You're going to be shocked to even see it can be people right around you that are copying you. It's kind of weird, but not kind of weird, but kind of weird. It's just weird. The confusion, baby, not kind of weird, but weird, but it's weird. But yeah, I feel like secrets are going to be coming out left and right, and you are just going to open up and go off. There's another thing too, like suppose you are in a connection. Let's go back to that. If you're in a connection and you feel like your person has an ex-girlfriend or a baby mother, baby father who keeps trying to intervene in the connection, and they're not doing a good job of like keeping things respectful, even if it's like their mom, or sometimes you can have a mother-in-law that is just too intrusive into your relationship. And I feel like if your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other, your wife, your significant other is not putting it to a stop, you're gonna lose your shit. That's all there really is to it. You're tired of the disrespect, and you're tired of trying to be quiet, calm, kind person. It's not working for you. All right. What else do I see? Some of you, if you are single and you're dating, you're going to be fed up. You're going to be going, everything with Sag is going off this week. Let me tell you, if you are a single Sagittarius and you're very, very hardworking, I feel like you carry the burdens of the world on your shoulders all by yourself, and you are tired of having, if you're a feminine, or you're just tired of having men around you who just don't do shit for you. You're just tired of carrying the burdens. And if you were dating someone, or if you had a friends with benefits or somebody in your life, you're almost on it. Like, what's the point of having you in my life if I got to struggle and carry the whole weight of everything around you? I could barely even get in touch with you half the time. And you can really lose your mind, because you know what it is? Too many people are entitled. Too many people are way too entitled, and they don't put in enough in order for them to have that level of entitlement. So you have people that are asking or requiring too much of you, or they only want to see you on their time or when it's convenient for them. But when you need them, they're not around. I just feel like you're going to come to a breaking point when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, where you feel like you've allowed too much stuff to slide and you don't deserve it. Your biggest breakdown is going to be, I don't deserve this shit anymore. Like, you're just going to feel very, very overwhelmed. You're going to notice that you're going out your way for people, helping your family, helping friends with benefits connections, or, helping people. And you're so tired. And your lesson, Sagittarius, is about not putting people before yourself. I feel like you are so kind. I feel like you are so loving. And I think you love to help people because, in a sense, it makes you feel good to know that you can help somebody. And then in another case, it could be that you give to people what you wish you could get. So you wish you could have somebody to help you. You know you've been carrying all these burdens on yourself for so long, and it would feel so good if somebody can just see you. See your struggle and try to take the burdens off of you instead of trying to add more shit to your plate. It's going to be like that. You're tired of it. So if you could have been struggling to say this or struggling to understand why you feel so irritated, and this is what is going to be at the core of it. You are just taking on the burdens of too many people, and you have too many men around you, or, too many people around you who feel so entitled to you and your energy and the benefits of being in your life, but they're not giving you nothing back. So I always tell people on my channel, just be careful of how much you give, because if nothing is coming back, you are going to have heavy resentment because there's too many deposits out and not enough deposits in. All right. So just think about that. As a matter of fact, I want to take you a step further, right? Because I'm a visual. And when people explain things to me in a way that I can see it, then I'll be like, oh, it takes that for me. So put it this way. You got a bank account and you just paying out. I'm just going to throw out a random number, but you started with $2,000 in your account and you're constantly paying out for things. You're paying out for your rent, right? So you're paying out $1,600. You're left with $400. Now you paying this, the rent, you're paying the light bill, you're paying this, you're paying that. All of a sudden you find yourself at negative $234 and you're like, what the fuck? You don't even have no money left to treat yourself out to something nice, even if it's something that you just want to eat nice, because you've been pouring out so much. That's what it's like when you have a bunch of people around you. You start with a high balance, but then you're giving out so much of your energy to other people that you end up in the negative. This is what's happening, and you need to start thinking of your energy like bank deposits. I'm giving out. I gave out to 5 people. How much has anything come back to me? Because that is a problem. Your connections should be reciprocal and balanced in order for you to function as a healthy human. Or making sure, for instance, I'm in the field, just in case any of you guys do what I do, I want to share with you. I have way too many tools for me to not share. So hopefully this will help somebody. I'm a light worker. You are, Love Wins. Oh my God, I never knew that. I'm a light worker, and I do my work on the YouTube channel, but then I have my clients and I got my babies, and I have to take off every single morning for myself. Every early morning I use for myself, and I pour back into myself, and every night I shut down. I even started to take naps now in order to replenish myself. I listen to my body because burnout is no joke, so just an example, because sometimes people may even wonder damn, how do you balance so much? I know people wonder, how do I balance so much? And then I try to take one of the days off in the weekend so I can be around friends, because that's very important for me, social time when you can just laugh and you don't have to think about nothing. So that's the way that I do my weeks, My My baby comes home from school like 3 o'clock, so I always take off from 3 to 4. Like I'm just trying to show you that it can work for you. It can work, but you're giving to so many other people, and you want to make sure that one of those people are you. That's all I'm just trying to say. That's just the point I'm trying to make. You need boundaries on your energy in order for you to avoid exploding, because this could possibly be one of your spiritual lessons that you are struggling with. All right. But yeah, that's the biggest download that I see for you. Spirit is also like coming for you. They coming for you, Sagittarius. They're also saying, like, if it doesn't even benefit you, why are you even holding on to it? So some of you, are you holding on to people? Are there people in your contact list that they serve you nothing, but you still are holding on to them because you could be afraid of being alone? Because how is this connection serving me? Spirit wants you to really like go through your contacts. Like, who do you have when you are feeling depressed? Do you have someone that you can call? Do you have a friend that can work through things with you, that you can speak to the same way that they speak to you? Do you have a friend that can fill you with hope? Do you have friends that can fill you with love? Do you have people that can give the same things that you give? Or is everybody just taking? Because that is a problem. People throwing their pain and their stuff onto you, and then you have nobody, and then you have to end up shutting down and being home, locked in your room in the dark by yourself in order to recharge yourself, because you're just so overwhelmed with the problems and the burdens of other people. But this is what Spirit wants you to take notice of, like, and it could be a self-sabotaging habit that you may have. You might have a self-sabotaging habit where you give to so many people that you don't even have time to invest in the things that you love. Like, yeah. Some of you could be artists. You could be very creative, and you may also feel like two things. Some of you could be afraid to go after what you want, or some of you now this makes sense of why I said a story to you. I've said a story about, do you guys have a creative outlet? Are you guys artists? Are you guys tarot? Why can't, are y'all tarot people? Do you deep down inside have passions that you really want to do, but you don't have the energy to pour into it the way that you want to, because you're constantly helping other people, which is sabotaging you? You see what I'm saying? Now we can go back to what I said about how I give the mornings to myself, and I create a window between after my morning routine until the time that my baby comes home, so that I can do creative things. Like, some of you just may need help with organizing your life in order for you to do what you need to do for yourself, but also for your passion. And then you might have a 9 to 5. It looks like there's some sabotaging going on. Like, if you feel like things are not working out the way that you want it to, it's because there's an imbalance in how much you pour into things. So if you're too busy pouring into Billy or wondering how Billy feels about you, and you scrolling, that's about what? If you're looking at different tarot readings for like 1 hour, that could have been an hour you could have been putting into a project. It's like that, but if you had someone who around you was supportive, you wouldn't need to know about them. So you would have that hour and their support in order for you to fulfill yourself or fulfill whatever you're doing. It's just, there's an imbalance in your life that needs to be healed. And you're not rejected. You just need to redirect your energy and reorganize and get around the right people so you can have the support that you need. That's all you need. What is this sexuality? That's another thing too. A lot of people that find you attractive and you're very enticing and they want your body, but they're not pouring into you the way that they should. That's another thing too, Sagittarius. There's a few things that are showing up for you. You may feel rejected in a sense where, oh, how come, we can make love, but when it comes to like something more serious or committed, or you being there for me, I can't get that out of you. So it's like people who are very enticed by you, and you have very great energy, and you could be a divine feminine. Divine feminines have amazing energy, and people are taking your energy, but they're not filling you up. And this is like a lesson that you really need. See, it shows the distorted feminine. This is sad. And spirit is, your spirit guides are screaming at you. Baby. Sagittarius. Saggy. Your spirit guides is screaming at you like, hey, wait, don't reply back to that text. No, wait. Your spirit guides is trying to like save you. It could be a situation too where you're pouring out a lot of love and you're not getting the love and the affection back. So you're distorted as a feminine, where you're going to end up closing off because you're not getting your needs met. So spirit is going to ask you that you're going to need the courage. You're going to need the courage to first commit to your own self. Until you learn how to commit to yourself, you're going to struggle for other people to commit to you in the way that you need them to commit to you. Because the truth is, you have to set the example for them. All right. Was that too much? It just sounds like as I'm talking, I'm just like, oh God. But yeah, you're procrastinating when it comes to you committing to your own self and what you really want for yourself. You're procrastinating to put down things that are no longer serving you. Some of you can be blocking your own blessings, and you just need to be careful. See, oh, Saggies, I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I love you. Are you struggling with self-love? You're struggling to commit to yourself. You're struggling to put yourself first. You're struggling with your boundaries, and you are sabotaging yourself, and it's hurting you, and this is sad. And it's in. What can I say? Oh, spirit, don't leave me like this. It's a practice. It's a practice to love yourself. It's a practice to prioritize your priorities. It's a practice, but I'm gonna tell you, and y'all gonna get tired of me. Baby, you gonna be tired of me. It starts with the people around you, the 3 closest people around you. It's the only way. Who are the 3 closest people around you? Are they loving you? Are they supporting you? Are they in alignment with you? Because you're empty. You are empty. You're empty. What do you love? Like, you guys can even share it in the comments. Like, what do you, like, people can give like self-care tips in the comments. I love to see y'all talk in the comments to each other and share things with each other. Like, does anybody want to share some some self-care tips or things that they do? I would really appreciate it if you put it in the comments. Like I can give you my example, but I know my example may not work for everyone. But I love nature, and it is getting cold, but I love to spend time in nature with nothing, because I just cannot. Sometimes I can just not like sometimes I just need to be in nature. I just need to be one with my own self. I just need to, are you sacrificing yourself? Because that's what it seems like. Another thing that I love to do that can help some of you, and don't sleep on it, but I love swimming. I really love swimming. I just learned how to swim. I got myself swimming lessons just 2 years ago, but now I found a gym membership where I can go swimming, and that's the way I give back to myself. It's like a big release as I dunk myself in the water. There's a gym with a pool. I'm just giving suggestions because this needs to be healed in order for you to be on time for your blessings, and Spirit says, don't knock the hustle until you try it. Has people suggested things to you and you're like, I don't really know if that'll work for me? You'll be surprised. And that's another thing. Let's go back. If you do have a husband or a boyfriend, because this can happen to a lot of women a lot, where you prioritize your husband and your family over yourself. So you feel resentful towards your husband because if you're not working, then you're with the children. And if you're not with the children, then your husband probably needs you to cook or you need to clean the house. And then they're not helping out as much. And then it makes you resent your own husband or your own boyfriend or whatever the case may be, because it just looks like once you are disciplined with your own self-care routine to add back to yourself, and you put your boundaries up, then everybody around you will get in line. They really will. They will get in line. Trust me, you know? But okay, because I don't want to, how long have I been on here? 20 minutes. Whew. Spirit wants you to believe in yourself. Like, they're illuminating things that just need to be cleaned up in your life in order for you to feel more better, feel more free, and feel more loved. All right? That's it. I'm not going to go in anymore. I feel like y'all understand the drift. Let me buck up in there. So I have to say that every time I hear the word drift. But yeah, it's a practice. I don't care what nobody says. Loving yourself is a freaking practice. It's a commitment to you every day. What will make me happy today? What do I need today? Is it a nap? Is it some good food? Is it a friend and a beautiful spiritual conversation? Now for your love life, that's another thing too. What's your love life? If you mess with somebody or if you're with somebody, they could be very, very stubborn. They could be very stubborn. Let me see. Who you with? Oh, they spying on you. Somebody who's spying on you. Somebody who's feeling hopeless. Who is this? Somebody who's in despair and feeling hopeless. Somebody who really wants you but is resisting this connection with you. You see what I'm saying? It's too much distant. That can hurt you too. You know, there's so much resistance. There's so much separation. This person is hopeless. They're just watching you, and that can really stress you out, because it's like, why aren't you putting in any effort? Why aren't you even trying? Why do I feel like I'm so alone? You see what I mean? Like, that alone will stress you out. This person is going to apologize. Like, I just feel like they're not making the effort that you want them to make, you know, but when they need you, or when they want to get some, then they know your number. They know where you live. Then they want to come back around, you know, when it benefits them. This person is secretly longing for you, whether you know it or not. What is causing the distance? Now, what's causing? One of the issues could be that you want a real commitment with them. It's like, I don't want just your bare minimum energy, your bits and pieces and your crumbs. Like, I want you to commit to me. I want you to pour into me. I want you to give me the love I give you. That could be one of your issues. Another issue is, if they are committed to you, they could be saying like, well, I want you and I want to be committed to you, but then they get distant, and it's almost like, well, how are you saying you're in this commitment, but I feel like I'm all by myself? That's what's happening to you. So it's either you feel crushed and sad because you feel like you're way more loyal to them than they are to you, and you feel so attracted and pulled to them, but you feel like they're toxic and you're not getting your needs fulfilled, and you just need to heal. And it's so hard for you to resist them because you feel so drawn to them, you know? It could be a situation like that you're going through. Like, you feel sad, you feel broken and bitter, like you're angry. Like, anybody that is the real raw emotion. When time is wasted, that's the real rawest emotion you can ever have, is anger and bitterness. Like, what do you mean you ain't getting my love back? What do you mean? So that's what's happening to you, Sagittarius. And I want to tell you, even God will use your anger to your greatest good. Did you know that? Anytime I've ever been pissed, it pushed me in the right direction, because anger makes me take action. You know, so this is what you're going to be going through. Some of you are going to realize that you want better. This person is going to apologize to you. They're not putting in the effort, and you feel like it's just not fair. You want more. That's it. That's what this reading is. This is who it's going to apply to. The ones who just feels like, baby, you can do me better than this. You know? And the issue is, it's like, it's hard for you to release this person because you feel like they could be the one, only if they weren't so distant. So if you weren't so distant, we could be great, you know, but you're not putting in enough effort, and spirit could just be, you know, you could have tried to release them, and it's hard because you feel so drawn to them. You feel this chemistry to this person. You still have so many romantic feelings with them, and you just hope that they ascend the connection to the next level. Some of you really want to be married. Some of you want to be committed. If you're not in a commitment with this person, you want more commitment. You want something more solid. If you're committed to them, you probably want it to go to marriage or the next stage, but you feel like this person is just putting up walls. For every time you throw out love, they throw up a wall that you feel like you have to tear down, and you're tired of it. You're tired, you know. They could be focusing on their finances. And some of you, if you have kids with this person, you feel like they're not pouring into the kids the way that they should. And it's like you're doing everything by yourself. So that's a lot. That's a whole lot. Let's see what's going on with work. Some of you, oh baby, no baby. Some of you had a friend who tried to ruin your reputation and could have even tried to like curse you behind your freaking back, who's going to try to come back into your life because they had such bad karma for what they put you through that they feel the word that we use is like they feel condemned, you know, for their behavior. You may have somebody either send you a DM, a text message, an apology of how they're struggling in their life. They may tell you some pity party story like, this just came out, Sagittarius. You were such a good friend to this person. They could have even tried to sleep with your man for some of you. But it's like ever since they tried to hurt you and ruin your reputation and ruin your character, their whole life has been in shambles, you know? That's why people say be careful of messing with the chosen one. That's what it's about, because you're so protected that. This is why you don't need to seek revenge for yourself, because your angels always see what people do for you. And whatever people pour into the universe, they get back. But anyway, it's a friend. It's definitely like a feminine friend that tried to ruin you or tried to even put curses on you, all kinds of shit out of jealousy. They were very jealous of you. And you were just so kind and loving to this person. And you may see them come around and either just say, oh, I'm just checking on you. I'm just having such a hard time in my life and blah, 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 blah. They could have even been spying on you and wondering how come no matter what they do, you're always still leveling up. It's because of God's grace and protection over your life. People need to be careful with you. But this person is starting to feel regretful of what they've done to you. And their life is falling to shit. And they may try to come back into your life, because they feel like since you're doing so good, if they come back around you, they will do good. Or it's because they feel very, very like bad. Either way, you have a fake friend that's going to try to come back and make amends with you. It's up to you. I always tell people that. Some of you are going to get a second job, because if you do have you have a breakthrough. You have a huge financial breakthrough. If you wanted a job that you love, you've been looking for a second job, or you've been trying to do like your own business on the side and it's been going slow because you haven't been able to invest in it, you're going to have a huge breakthrough. Whatever you're doing on the side, whatever creative outlet you have, whatever side hustle you have, you're going to have a huge breakthrough. If you needed more money or a second job, but it just had to be something that you love. Some of you guys can be very, very like mission purpose based, and you're going to have a huge breakthrough if you needed another source of income. All right. I'm going on to the extended. I'm going to do a huge extended. Clearly there's so much going on. I'm going to do an extended. I'm going to do a full spread on your person that you feel kind of stressed about and drawn to. I'm gonna do a full spread on their energy, see what's hidden and see what's going on with them and in the possible outcomes. I will also do a reading on your family, your children, and any other work messages that come out. I hope this has helped you, and I send you all love and light.